Good morning, everybody. We are from Team LAX Movie Review, group number 109, and we are going to do a discussion about the movie that we watched last week. Okay, so my name is Krishna, and my matrix number is 205194.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Nur Farhana binti Sapari. My matrix number is 206350.
Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Irfan Hakim Ibrahim and my matric number is 208294.
Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Hanis bin Bakruddin. My matric number is 207926.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Anil Kadao Anakupo and my matrix number is 208569.
Hi everyone, I am Muhammad Nafidaus bin Amran. My matric number 205514.
Hi, my name is Madhuri Purnisan. My metric number is 205987.
Hi everyone, my name is Izati Shaurah binti Muhammad Karul Nizam. My matrix number is 209088.
Hello everyone, my name is Seth Faizanul Haq and my metric number is 209250. Thank you everyone.
Hi everyone, my name is Kashmira Shala Danish and my matrix number is 207955.
Hello, everyone. Nice seeing us all again. So, as we all know, last week we have already chosen a movie and a genre that we are going to watch. So, the genre that we choose is adventure, and the movie that we all watch is Interstellar. So, let me just tell a short synopsis about this movie. It's about a team of four travelers, four explorers, travel through a wormhole in space in an attempt to ensure humanity's survival. Okay, so let's start by talking about the movie now. Talking about some parts of the movie.
Hi, so I would like to talk about the direction of this movie. Interstellar is a film specifically, is an American epic science fiction film and it's directed by Christopher Nolan. Interstellar is about an astronaut traveling to other end of the galaxy to find a new home to replace humanity despoiled home world. So set in a dystopian future where humanity is struggling to survive. The film follows a group of astronauts who travels through a wormhole, here certain in search of new home for mankind. So I would like to talk about the director, Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan got told that space exploring endeavor for him is always represent the most hopeful and optimistic endeavor that mankind has ever really engaged. And the reason he is a filmmaker is to tell the stories and he hoped that they will have resonance for audience. Thank you.
Okay guys, I'm gonna talk about the writing of this movie. So as Madhuri already mentioned, the movie was directed by Christopher Nolan and he already gave us so many masterpieces like Batman, Inception already, but this is in the something another dimension. So this is written by Christopher Nolan himself and his brother Jonathan Nolan. Actually, Jonathan Nolan was the screenwriter and worked on this screen for 4 years. And to learn about some scientific aspects, he studied at the California Institute of Technology just to know more about the science fiction, more about the space. So, and Christopher Nolan was working on the other fiction scripts, but he decided to take Interstellar script and choose the very vast array of ideas presented by Jonathan. Just because he felt as a director he could get across the audience and not lose them at all. So he merged the script of Jonathan's and his own script, which he was working on for 1 year. So Christopher actually was inspired by the Dust Bowl, which took place in the United States during the 1930s, I guess, and he revised all the scripts and merged all the scripts all together. Actually, an interesting thing was Interstellar. The project was originally going to be directed by Steven Spielberg many years back, but he actually left that project, and after that, writer Jonathan Nolan kept working on the same script about the uh, plot. So this was all about the writers.
Okay, that's a very good point, Shed. So as I said before, this movie is about a team of explorers that must find a way for human race to survive. Because as we know in that movie, the Earth that we know is dying, and the way it dying is in a very different way, by crop blight and also by dust storms. So because of these crop blights, the only plantable plant is corn. That's the only plant that can be planted and can be eaten by human in that time during 2067. This movie also circulates around Murphy's Law, which suggested that whatever can go wrong will go wrong. This movie plays the idea of a space exploration, time, and gravity, as Earth and the human race is on the verge of extinction. So NASA's last hope is to look to Coop, Brand, Romilly, and TAS under the direction of Professor Bruns to search for answers in the deepest corners of space while dealing with Murphy's law. While dealing with Murphy's law. So in this movie, the main character Coops leaves behind his family in search for new horizons and to search for a new home for human beings. Okay, so that's the story about. And so in the plot also, as we all can see the movie, Coop and his fellow explorers will reach three planets while going to the wormhole. They come to one system with a black hole named Gargantua, and they'll come across three planets, in which two planets will be uninhabitable. The last planet will be habitable, but before they reach there, they had to use prolapse, and to propel themselves with low fuel to go to the planet. They use the horizontal value of the black hole in order to propel themselves to the third planet, which took 52 years taken from their time, which means in Earth, 52 years have passed, but for them, it's just several minutes. So this movie focused on time traveling and also in good emotional bonds with his daughter and many other aspects. Thank you.
Okay, so now I'm going to proceed with the cinematography of the Interstellar. Interstellar possesses a beautiful cinematography that has been directed by the Christopher Nolan and the cinematographer Hoyte van Hoytema. So for a film with a lot of brainy science and a far out concepts, for me, Interstellar managed to look absolutely stunning. Nothing looks very exaggerate and nothing looks too weird. For me, everything looks very nice with the visual effect and the angle camera and everything. So I'm gonna give you one of the cinematography that has made me very mind-blowing. For me, the cinematography that has made me feel excited about this movie is the passage through the wormhole. Interstellar visual effects is the most extensively shown in the sequence where the space anomalies are most prominently featured. Uh, One such example that helped make the movie a visual feast was the sequence where the Endurance crew is first mounting their entry into the wormhole. For me, this scene takes a lot of effort and it needs a lot of work to make this scene looks very realistic. It needs a variety of angle camera, and it takes a lot of men to make this scene very good. Between the spherical shape of the wormhole itself and the interior effects of said wormhole, the sequence is the first real eye popper of the film, and it doesn't skim on the beauty. For me, this scene is mostly, I think everyone like this scene in this movie because it is very stunning. That's all from me.
Okay, thank you. Next, for my point, which is about the VFX. Now we discuss about the VFX of the movie, which is stand for visual effect of this filmmaking. First of all, in general term, the visual effect means the process by which imagery is created or manipulated outside the context of the live action shot in filmmaking. So in this movie, we can say that the theme of the movie is related mostly to the scientific phenomena. One of the example recall in the movie is about the black hole. During this filmmaking, they hired visual effect company, which is Double Negative, who recreated the black hole as it would appear in space. So the executive producer of of the movie, Kip Thorne, was brought in as the physics expert on the project. They decided to use an idea that black hole was spherical, but the result they got was a disk. So it also showed that the accretion is due to the wrapping around the black hole. So basically, they built this effect using the software that based on the theoretical scientific calculation. Beside that, the software also show how the gravity of the black hole wraps the space around it, leading to one effect that see light from the back of the black hole travel over and under it, making the accretion disappear as a halo. So for example, the result is an image that fairy version of the London Underground logo. So do you guys know about the London Underground logo?
No.
Okay,
No.
okay, thank you. No. So basically that logo is in a disc shape and have a halo at the center of the disc. So in this movie, they create the black hole based on the disc shape and have a halo design inside the disc. So that's all for my point. I hope you guys understand a little bit about the visual effect of this movie. Thank you.
Thank you, Anelka. Now I would like to talk about the editing of this movie. In my opinion, I think Interstellar has an out of this world editing sequence. During my first viewing of this movie, actually I could not fully grasp the idea and science behind this movie. However, after further research, I can find that the depth behind this movie is mind blowing. I am truly believe that Interstellar movie have taken such an extreme method to accomplish and very long time to be incorporated to fit every part of this movie. For example, when Cooper start to enter the mysterious Tesseract, actually the Tesseract is a 3D shadow of an unfolded 4D hypercard that can make us feel um, wow at first, but can make us think out of the box. Throughout this movie, we often question by how and why the theater behind this movie, especially regarding the space and science. For me, this part, the editing turns out so well, like real. Uh, of course, it is made by the amazing editor or someone behind this. Lastly, Interstellar has many scenes that were edited very well, especially the emotional part. For example, when Cooper get the year's message from his children and sees how they have uh, been grown up without him. That for me hit the spot because I could feel the strong bond between the father and the daughter, and how important it is to be portrayed with such good editing to truly deliver the message behind the sequence. And overall, I could say that the editing of Interstellar is good and wow. Thank you.
Thank you, Farhana. So today I'll be talking about the acting or the cast of this movie, and I'll be sharing on two main roles. So firstly, we have Matthew McConaughey, who plays Joseph Cooper, or more commonly known as Cooper in this movie. He's a widowed NASA pilot who, after the government shut down his agency, he turned to become a farmer. He's also the person recruited to pilot the Endurance to colonize a habitable planet. I believe that Matthew played his role in this movie very well because he had to be an all-rounder. He had to be the one protecting his children's feelings from the distort of the world, and at the same time, an amazing scientist to protect the world from complete annihilation. And I believe he truly captured the essence of his role. And secondly, we have Jessica Chastain, who plays Murphy Cooper, also more commonly known as Murph. She's the youngest daughter of Joseph Cooper and also the person who solves the propulsion theory for Plan A so that humans can remain on Earth. And Jessica actually plays adult Murphy, but there are three different timelines and three different Murphys played. One is the younger Murphy, and then the adult Murphy, and also the elderly Murphy, which is who is laying on a hospital bed when her father comes back to visit her. And I believe that every timeline, uh, the role of Murphy is played very emotionally and sentimentally because she has a very deep bond with her father, and no matter her emotions, whether anger, sadness, or joy, she plays it very well, and we are able to capture her emotions through her facial expressions. And I think that is all for my part. We can proceed on to the production creativity segment of Interstellar. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kash. Today I will be talking about the production activity throughout the entire Interstellar film. Firstly, as we all know, the director of this movie is Christopher Nolan, and he has managed to put together an amazing production crew. These talents combined managed to make every scene look realistic and as lifelike as possible. The detailing was also very precise and took a lot of management to produce something this magnificent. For example, if we look into the tsunami and wormhole scene, we feel absolutely transported into movie and it keeps us on the edge of our seats. I can only imagine the experience like this when watching it at a theater. I also feel that Christopher Nolan did a fantastic job of relating the science of space and gravity to be incorporated into one film. So I think Christopher Nolan did a very, very good job. So I think that's all from me.
Okay, thank you, Irfan. As for the soundtrack and the BGM, Interstellar consists 16 soundtrack, and the composer is Hans Zimmer. Hans Zimmer is a legendary composer that has been composed music soundtrack for over 150 movies since 1980s. The soundtrack in Interstellar was produced using pipe organ, which can make you feel otherworldly sensations. If you guys know this, pipe organs are usually installed in church. The soundtrack has a mix of beautiful, soft ballads that send chills up your spine and has loud, suspenseful theme. Okay, my point is how the soundtrack accompanies the movie. Okay, for this part, Hans Zimmer did it very well with the using pipe organ as an instrument, which gave the movie the otherworldly feel. The theme of the soundtrack are breathtaking and make the movie even more emotional. For example, like during the scene, like the docking scene, there will be no suspense and whatsoever if there no soundtrack. This soundtrack goes really well in a movie that I feel the movie will be incomplete without it. One of my favorite soundtrack is Cornfield Chills and Day One. If you guys wanted to hear them, just Google it. Okay, but sometimes at one point, I think the soundtrack are a bit too loud. because maybe I wear earphones, and I think if I watch Interstellar in a cinema, it will give a different vibe, different experience and feelings of hearing the soundtrack. Overall, I really enjoy the movie and I really like the soundtrack. Thank you.
Thank you, Shora. Okay, so I will give my opinion regarding the time frame of Interstellar movie. First, if we look at the duration of the movie, it is 169 minutes or took about 2 hours and 49 minutes. It takes such a very long time and we will definitely think too lazy to watch. But here, I want to review and share my thoughts when I am watching this movie. Once I watched this movie, I felt time passed so fast, and I did not realize this movie was about to run out. In my opinion, the first 30 minutes of the movie was really boring and it is hard to understand. I found that it is difficult for me to understand what are the storyline trying to convey. It made me wonder if this movie has an element of horror, as there is a scene when the book in the math room often to fall. But after the 30 minutes onward, I began to ask and wonder, what does NASA need from a Cooper who is just a farmer? This question keep lingering in my mind and make me curious to find the answer for the various questions that arise. After the 50 minutes of the movie, the plot of this movie began to change and it turned out to be interesting as they embark on a mission into space to find a new planet for human life. The adventure's plot, given is very remarkable. It is not only shown an interesting visual impression, but it is also very fun and great scientific storyline. The concept of the storytelling for the whole movie are just mind blown and beyond my expectation. But if really what the movie trying to convey seem likely to be accepted and believed by the audience. Towards the ending of this movie, all the puzzles and questions arise have been solved. The last part of this movie has a lot of sad scenes when Cooper finally able to return to the Earth. He meet his daughter who was then much older than him age. So it is my opinion about the interstellar time frame. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Fidaus, for your great explanation. Thank you all for your great explanation. So, in conclusion, we can conclude that this movie is a complicated movie. We can all agree that this movie is a very complicated movie in a good way, where we didn't really get the movie in the first 30 minutes, like how Fidaus said. But then, as the more we watch it, the more we are pulled towards the movie. We feel more interested to know what's happening in the movie. It kind of brings out the curiosity, our curiosity to watch what's going to happen, what's it about, and everything. So the more and other than that, as Shaura has stated, this movie's background music and sound that is plays a very pivotal role in the movie, where we can watch and can experience the cinematic experience of the movie. So in conclusion, slow at first. So that's what I think is the flaws of the movie. Other than that, the movie is watchable, and it might take a few minutes for us, a few moments for us to understand what's going on in the movie. But by the end of the movie, we can piece it up. All the puzzle pieces of the movie will come together, and we can see in the picture of what the director Christopher Nolan was trying to convey in this movie. So, any other opinions about these movies? I don't think so. Do we all
No.
agree in this conclusion?
Yes.
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 Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you
Yes.
very much, friends.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you,
thank you.
everyone.
Okay,
Thank you,
I'll
everyone.
see you
everyone.
guys in the
Thank